What does it mean to leave a legacy of hope? A legacy of hope is about making an imprint on the next generation. Those who are entrusted to touch more lives and ultimately transform our community. 20 years ago, others broke ground and began planting seeds of hope that have since grown to produce great fruit. The impact can be seen in the hearts and lives of individuals and families who have been served at a place called Building Hope Community Life Center.
Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Building Hope Community Life Center's 20th annual fundraising event. My name is Atlas Kelly, and I get the honor and privilege of serving as the executive director of this amazing organization. Tonight looks a lot different than in years past, and although we're not able to be together in person, I'm so honored that you've chosen to join us for our virtual event. I invite you to sit back, relax, and take a journey with us as we celebrate a legacy of hope. "20 years ago, God gave GCF Church founding pastor Mike Williams a burden to reach the youth of the city that they might know the hope of Christ and the future He has for them. It all started when two young boys came to GCF Church while it was being renovated, looking for the old arcade that used to be there.
Pastor Mike had a vision when these little boys came in the arcade and it wasn't there anymore. He said after the guys left, he felt the Spirit of the Lord said these children need somewhere to go.
The vision was when I met these kids that by rolling up our sleeves and getting involved in their lives, I believed that we could make a difference. And we wanted to teach them that not only does God believe in them, but we believe in them and their lives matter.
Dr. Mark Lesbrant had did a study on the dropouts in school and the different ages and grades of black students. And so that was something my husband just felt that God told him to be part of. So he went to Mr. Williams for a place, and Pastor Mike was saying, well, if I can find somebody to give us a key then to a building, then that will be it. And Mr. Williams gave us a key to his building on trade because he moved over the river. And then we had 3 rooms back there. And that's where we started from.
When Building Hope began, the vision was to bring 3 components together to help mentor these at-risk children: the faith community, the educational world, as well as the business community. By bringing these components together, it was our hope that we could see the trajectory of these kids' lives transform, so they would not be a statistic that we've read on the news or heard about again, but hopefully alter the course of their lives and their children and their children's children's lives.
In 8 years I've become into Building Hope. Before I was very talkative and always was suspended or always was called into the office for being bad or fighting or just being very childish. But as I started coming to Building Hope, I have found my worth and found out that I was a woman of worth and I was a child of God. And back then I didn't really know what Jesus was or who He was. And so after coming to Building Hope, I have realized it was time for a change and time for a better outcome for myself and for others.
I've seen the Lord continue to change the hearts of our students. We talk about how the more you get to know God, the more you become more like Him as an image bearer. And as my students learn more about God and get excited about Him and learning who their Creator is and who they are because of it, the way they view themselves changes and the way they view people around them change. They're more loving, more compassionate, they're more confident in who they are and what God has planned for them.
So 20 years into this, we're really beginning to see the lasting impact of what that word legacy means in the lives of many of the families that we've served over the years, whether that be students that we're serving today, being the younger sibling of students that we've served in the past. How does that all start? It all starts simply through everyday single moments, some subtle, some far more significant, where we take the intentional time and effort to speak into the lives of these kids to create those moments of hope.
Today, because of Pastor Mike's vision and the faithful support of our community, Building Hope has been able to serve well over 1,500 youth and their families through the many services and programs we provide.
When we began Building Hope, I knew one of the critical components would be education. My dear friend, Dr. Mark Lesperance, a professor at ECU, I knew could help us create a framework by which we could instill in these kids the value of education in their lives. And they could accomplish significant goals by learning. We wanted to raise their confidence that they could do it. They could go to school, they could succeed, they could accomplish things, and their dreams could become a reality.
My role here is middle school boys site coordinator and Project Bridges case manager. In both our day program and after school program, a response that we've seen in the students is that of hope. Our programs give them a chance to be interactive in their learning, as well as challenge them and help them grow. A student may come in not wanting to do their work or may not want to learn because they don't see it as enjoyable, but we provide an environment for them to be a kid, but also understand their responsibilities as a student and help them learn and grow for their future. Specifically with our Project Bridges program, which is an alternative suspension program here in Pitt County, students come who are suspended, and it gives us a chance to invest in them, to help get them caught up with homework, and to instill social and emotional values in them that they may not have heard before. So when they go back to school, they are more academically prepared and more equipped socially and emotionally as well.
Yes, for some of these kids, it's like if I can just get out of high school and get me a job, but we want them to know that God wants more than that for you. You can do better. What do you love to do? That's one of our questions we ask them. What do you love to do? Do you love to do hair? Do you love to do makeup? What is it that you love to do? And if you would set your goals on that, you'll be surprised how far that will take you too.
Oh yeah, academically, it improved her a lot. Being a single father, I worked a lot of hours, and with her being in the program, the staff helping her with her homework, and just that extra look of somebody helping her with her grades and looking over her homework stuff was a big, major plus in my life and as well as hers.
I serve as elementary lead teacher, which means I'm with the elementary students during our day program and our after school program. My job is essentially to help them with academics, to disciple them and teach them about God, and then also to help them meet social and emotional needs. My greatest hope and prayer for my students is that when they leave Building Hope, they will take the legacy of hope with them, and that is rooted in their understanding of God's love for them and His plan and purpose for their life, and that they would create their own legacy and pass that on to others.
I am Shalia, and I am in the 5th grade, and I have been going to Building Hope since I was in the 1st grade. My favorite thing about Building Hope is my teachers, because they help me with my reading, because that is a hard subject for me in school.
As the program coordinator here at Building Hope, I get to work with my students, I get to work with my parents and families that we serve, and also with the staff here at Building Hope, just making sure that our day-to-day for our day program and after-school program runs successfully and smoothly. When my students come to me and they share with me their hopes and their dreams and their goals for their future, that shows me that they are thinking differently about the possibilities and the things that they want to do, or maybe some of them, they didn't even really think about their future or didn't really have a plan about their future, but now they do.
Building Hope helps the child prepare for later adulthood. They give them a good foundation base along with the parents to help them learn coping skills and other skills to deal with different types of people, different situations. Building Hope is just great overall.
Basically what we learn is how to be a real man in different situations and basically be there for people you care about. A real man rejects passivity, accepts responsibility, leaves grudgingly, finishes the course, and that's a real man.
So Men of Standard is a mentoring program for kids that are 10-year-olds or up. We really want to focus on teaching young men what God says a man is as opposed to what the world says a man is. And our job is just to fellowship with the young men and mentor them and help them to grow into the man that God has called them to be. So 300 Men of Standard is based on a story of Gideon in the Bible. Gideon was a man who before he was called by God was kind of timid, scared, and didn't really understand who he was and really didn't understand his identity. But God said that Gideon was a man of valor, and he called Gideon to raise up an army to fight the Midianites in the Bible. And so that same concept that we have is that God is raising a standard of men to go against the social norm, to go against what the world is saying, to go against what social media is saying, to be able to set a standard wherever they go. That's what 300 stands for.
I think Ferry came into Better Hope when she was in 6th grade. She's now a junior, and throughout the years I've seen her more informative with, communications between me and her, and also her showing her inner side, of just releasing her characteristic more. With the help of the program throughout the years, they helped Ferry realize that education is more important and self-worth is more important, and just being the best person you could be in life and go after your dreams and just succeed and make people around you proud as well as yourself.
As a woman of worth, I am valuable.
God loves me unconditionally and has a great future plan for my life.
I know that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
So I will do my personal best working towards success.
Every day,
I will treat others with respect because I know that every person in this world
has value.
I am my sister's keeper,
and I will always lift her up
and never put her down.
Death and life lies in the power of my tongue,
and I choose words of life.
I have been created by God to love Him and to love others.
I am
a woman of worth.
I got an opportunity to serve with the Women of Worth mentoring program, and I've seen but also experienced firsthand how Building Hope is leaving a legacy of hope in this community. As an African American female living in this generation and this culture, I saw the need through recent current events that I needed to give my time and my energy to serve in this community, even as a believer, to be able to impart hope into this generation and these kids.
When my daughter joined Building Hope last year is when I first saw the heart of this organization. As a parent living in West Greenville, I personally seen the impact that Building Hope has had, not just on the students in West Greenville, but also on the parents and families and wider community, providing that support locally, which is incredibly important. I wanted to serve in some capacity with Building Hope, and I got my first opportunity to volunteer as a team lead during the last film camp. After film camp, I wanted an opportunity to continue to serve the students in media. And while I was pondering that, actually, Atlas came to me and shared his continuing vision that they had with media. So we began to collaborate and put together a media mentorship program in order to continue to teach the video production and other media skills to the students that they began to learn during film camp. What I really enjoy is how when we started out in the process, the students were very quiet and they weren't as engaged, but as we've gone through the production process, we've actually gone on set and we have filmed. I've watched how their engagement has increased, how they know the answers to questions that are asked, and I can tell that they're listening, and how how they're stepping up even more now to take the camera or to take behind the scenes footage and things like that. So it's been really great to watch them increase their engagement over this process. We want to expose them to opportunities that they may not have seen before, and to help give them a vision. If it's a media skill that they learn that they're good at or something that they want to pursue in the future, or give them the confidence and the ability to dream bigger than they had thought about dreaming before.
And that is why these programs of teaching skills was so critical. We wanted to build a holistic approach through education that they could do this, they could learn, and by building that sense of confidence and instilling in them a love for education, they could also realize, hey, I can tackle other things. I can accomplish other goals. I can do this. I can learn, I can read, I can write, and if I do that, anything's possible. There's no way you can talk about building hope and not talk about the significance of Miss Irene McDowell. Irene has been there from the beginning, and the impact on the lives of the children and the families that she's touched will go on for generations. Anybody who has a conversation about building hope always refers to the impact of Irene McDowell.
For 20 years, Miss Irene McDowell has labored selflessly and sacrificially to see the vision of building hope come to pass.
I'm a mother at heart, and all those are my children at Building Hope. I don't want to be their mother. I just want to be there as a mother to them away from home.
She has been a voice of hope, a voice of encouragement, and if anybody would build affirmation that these kids could do something significant with their lives, it was Irene. There are stories that will forever be changed because of the impact of Irene McDowell.
One of my favorite memories with Miss Irene was when I was back in 7th grade. I got into it with this other boy on the bus over something silly, and we got to Building Hope. I got off the bus, and I was real mad, like I was heated, tears running down my eyes and all. And Miss Irene came flying outside and running towards me, and she pulled me back inside, and she was telling me that it wasn't worth it, and she was basically motivating me to be a better person. I call Miss Irene Grandma because at work she always motivates me and always tells me what I do wrong and how to correct it.
I think Tyshawn called me his grandma because I remind him a lot of his grandma, and me and his grandmama are real good friends, and I've always been there for him, you know, and I let him know how much I love him, and now it's like he's trying to take care of me. You drank your water today, did you eat like you're supposed to? And that really does a lot for me. And he calls me grandma. I still get phone calls. I have them coming by Building Hope to see me and even come to my house because they say, Miss Irene, I love you, I miss you. And they know that I told them that they have a purpose for being here. And God wants them to do what He's called them to do. And I feel that because I've told them that, they remember how much I love them, and I keep asking them, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Your gifts, your talents, and whatnot.
The reality is, Miss Irene is the heart of Building Hope and carries the spirit of Building Hope in her. And not only do we appreciate her, but she has been honored and recognized by the community at large for a life of service. We stand on the foundation of Miss Irene's faith, prayers, and tears, and we honor her for what it truly means to leave a legacy of hope.
In my role as Director of Heart for ENC, I have the opportunity to work alongside a number of nonprofits from around our community. Building Hope is one of those organizations that just seems to get the big picture. Not only do they serve the kids and families they work with very well, they also have a hope to collaborate with other organizations, to be a partner in the community that makes a difference beyond the scope of those students that are in their building. Building Hope has taken a long-term approach to what they do with students. It's not just today and the needs they face right now. They see them as adults. They see them as parents, as community members, and I think the way they're investing in these students and staying with them through life shows that they are committed to long-term impact and a vision that can transform not only these students but our community. This organization has always been passionate about community transformation, and they're quick to jump in to meet needs, to try to find unique ways to serve as things ebb and flow. Different needs come up, and it's always Building Hope who's on the front lines, ready to jump in, ready to make a difference, to be generous, and to impact the community in a significant way.
This is my 5th year at Building Hope, and through my really short time here, I have seen hope just build in the lives of our students and our families. And so when I think about a legacy of hope, ultimately I think about the hope that we have in Jesus and that legacy, which is eternal. But with our families, there are students who are coming to pick up their younger siblings. There's families that have been part of our program for years and years and years. And to really see that legacy of hope throughout their family being passed down, and then our students going out and passing on that legacy.
My name is Jalen. I'm in 5th grade, and I've been at Building Hope since 1st grade. I learned a lot about God and helped the people that's in need. I used to struggle in ELA, but reading. But when I came here, they gave me passages, and I got better at it.
A legacy of hope is nothing more than a series of moments of hope, often small and subtle, but intentional, where every day we're trying to build something into the lives of these kids that over time becomes lasting and enduring.
One of the great joys of Building Hope now is that we're seeing our first generation of students coming back and mentoring others. We knew long term there would be a ripple effect. And to see these mature adults who started out as 1st graders come back and teach others is very rich.
So spiritually, you can see Jeremiah 29:11 become alive in our students. You can see that they understand God has a plan for their life, and that with Him, they cannot fail. And because of that, they are coming away with a legacy of hope that will transform our families and our communities.
My child started in 4th grade. She's now in 10th. I have children younger than her, as well as my 3 grandchildren are attending Building Hope now. So this legacy will live on in our family forever.
My mom has seen a change in me because she's seen that I've gotten a lot nicer and a little more social about my feelings. Because of Building Hope, I've made more friends and improved my attitude.
As a result of being at Building Hope, my children now have a clear path of what they truly want to do. Building Hope has helped reinforce some of their thoughts and dreams that they thought that possibly they could not have achieved. And now they know that with hard work, anything is possible.
I would like to say thank you to the people that support Building Hope because they've given me and many others a chance to come here and improve academically and personally.
Building Hope has helped me with my schoolwork academically. I don't really struggle, and if I need help, I just ask the adults here. I look forward to Building Hope because the people here, they make me feel comfortable, and this is a place where I can have fun and at the same time feel comfortable and be welcomed every day. To those people who support Building Hope, I would like to say that you are making this area known more. You are helping this community get more people to join us and more people to know about God each and every single day. I thank people that support Building Hope.
The vision of Building Hope has become a reality. A legacy of hope is being instilled in kids' lives that's going to affect generations to come over the next 20 years and the 20 years after that.
I moved to Greenville as a college freshman in 1999, the year that this organization, Building Hope, was established. And even as a college student, could see the strategic impact, the potential of what God might do through a ministry and an organization like this. Unlike most people who come to school here in Greenville, I stayed. And I'm still here 20 years later, giving my heart and my life and my passion to this city. And you know what? Building Hope's still here. This is a transient place. And when God touches, and this ministry touches the lives of these young people, it doesn't just affect them, but for generations, their lives and their children and their children's children's lives will be impacted by the seeds planted. We've seen this on campus as some of these students have graduated high school are attending Pitt Community College, East Carolina. And I was a campus minister for 16 years and saw the impact of this ministry on these young men, these young women, and now seeing them go on and doing bigger and better things. And it's exciting to know that what God's doing through this ministry isn't just limited to these kids, these college students who are interning, these college students who are given their time and their volunteering to be a part of Building Hope are being impacted. Seeds are planting in their heart to reach out to those who are hurting, to those who are maybe disenfranchised or underserved. And what we're seeing here in Greenville is spilling over into other parts of the country because of this ministry of Building Hope. It's just an institution of the city that I can't think of a more strategic place to give my time, my prayers, my energy, my passion, my money towards. And we're doing that personally and as a church to see God extend the grace and the love of Jesus into the world like never before. So thank you for being a part of that. And let's see what this next 20 years could do for the glory of God.
Our strategic vision for the future includes 3 elements: our programs, place, and provision. Within the next 3 years, we desire to serve 150 students daily in our after school, to start a high school program with an emphasis on college and career exploration, and to provide one-to-one mentoring for every student served. We have been blessed to be at our current location for almost 20 years, and the building itself is almost 75 years old. Our goal is to initiate support for a capital campaign that will go towards the development and total renovation of our facilities, a new playground, and the integration of smart technology in every room and classroom. At Building Hope, we rely on the financial support of generous donors and are able to sustain operations through monthly partnerships. This year, we hope to strategically expand our community of monthly financial supporters through the investment of 5 new business partners, 5 new church partners, and 50 new individual monthly partners.
I believe this is our year because we have been faithful with what God gave us in the beginning. But I know that the route He's taken us and where we've been, that each year we grow a little more children, more families, and let them know God is the answer.
Well, many hands make light work, and so much so with Building Hope, as we've had a number of tremendous community partners and organizations rally to support Building Hope, and it's meant really everything to be able to bring different giftings from the body of Christ and other places within our city to come alongside and serve our students. And I think there is just this tangible sense among many of our community partners that Building Hope really is a special place, and that there is a legacy of hope being built, and they get to be a part of that journey, which is why I think so many of them have been such long-lasting, long-term partners over the years.
As a local business owner, I can honestly say that over the last 8 years, engaging with Building Hope Community Life Center has been one of the most meaningful things that we've been able to do. Many of our employees and interns have said how rewarding it was during their time here to work alongside the students and the staff at Building Hope in the many video projects and film camps that we've helped produce. We're now seeing Building Hope students working in the industry, pursuing their dreams and engaging in the vision that God has for them. It has become part of our culture to invest in what Building Hope is doing, but we're the ones getting blessed through this partnership. This is why we give of our time, talent, and treasure, and I hope other local businesses will come alongside this remarkable organization.
We started Symbol and Sentimental in December of 2016 in Taylor's college dorm room.
We've been in the Greenville community ever since then, and we ship personalized gifts all around the world from our office here in Greenville. We think it's important to invest in our local community because we could go and donate to some big national organization, but we're never going to see the actual impact that our dollars have there or our time has there or whatever it may be that we're giving to that organization. When we give to Building Hope, we can immediately see the impact. We can take our staff there and we can volunteer in person. We can invite the kids here and let them see what we do at Simple and Sentimental and share our entrepreneurial story. It's really cool to be able to give to an organization that aligns with our mission, vision, and values, and that we can see the impact that our business has on it.
I think other businesses should invest in Building Hope because we've seen the impact that it has on both our team and on Building Hope. So I think the businesses should definitely invest time, talent, and treasure, or whatever they can give to Building Hope.
We've always supported Building Hope because we're very grateful for people who are willing and able to give those children a vision of what life can be, to make them a successful individual.
If it weren't for the people of Building Hope He has blessed me with, and how He has equipped them with such integrity and righteous love, I would have lost sight of who I am and what I can become.
Probably the most important thing that Building Hope is doing for these kids is they're also introducing them, if they don't know, who Jesus is.
At Building Hope, the staff and volunteers are holding these students accountable. They are making sure that the students are excelling academically and that they are behaving. If something isn't going right, then someone pulls that student aside and says, hey, what you're doing isn't right, but you and I can fix this together.
I feel that now, since she's been participating in the after-school program, she's more responsible. She returns to her assignment. I don't have to check behind her and see if she's done her homework. I know that she's done it.
When you give to Building Hope, you have the opportunity to impact the life of a child, but it goes beyond that. You also have the opportunity to impact their family, their school, and ultimately our community, truly transforming the city of Greenville. I highly recommend that you give to Building Hope Community Life Center. Make an impact.
Thanks for supporting Building Hope!
A legacy of hope is about encouraging and empowering the next generation with the hope of the gospel and the love of Christ. At Building Hope, we desire to provide hope for every child and family that we are blessed to serve. That means we are healing hearts in a loving environment, opening eyes with a faith-filled vision for the future, preparing youth with the spiritual, educational, and social-emotional skills and tools for success, and engaging the family and transforming the community through mentoring and service. We believe that ultimately, the impact of a legacy of hope will be a generation of world changers empowered to transform communities. Thank you for joining us for our fundraising event. We hope you have been impacted and inspired by what you've just watched. I'd like to take a moment to provide you an opportunity to be a part of this legacy of hope. You can join us in the mission of investing in the lives of future generations by becoming a monthly partner or giving a one-time gift. When our partners invest their time, talent, and finances into Building Hope, an imprint is left on the lives of the children and families we're blessed to serve. The impact is a generation of world changers empowered to transform communities. There are 3 ways to give. You can text Building Hope to 73256, visit buildinghopenc.org/give, or make a checkout and mail it to Building Hope, P.O. Box 4237, Greenville, NC 27836.